Hey y'all, it's your girl Tay, XoXo, and I'm back with another freaking video, back with another freaking video, back with a video. Okay, you guys, as y'all can see in the title below, this is not clickbait. Y'all, I'm on my couch. I'm gonna be very transparent today. I might do 2 parts to this because it might be longer than what I can, edit and stuff right now, but you guys, it's my anniversary of my tragic accident that I told y'all before that I would give y'all like a rundown and a video of it. This is really what made me start YouTube, you guys, but I started it in October, like the day after my birthday. But this is something that really drove me to start doing YouTube, to start talking and start, putting myself out there. And I knew I could do it, and I did it. So now I'm coming a year later, you guys, stronger than ever. I'm walking, everything like that. So last August, I was leaving from an outing, and I was in the crossfire of somebody shooting, and my car got shot at 5 times. Sorry y'all if I get like emotional and stuff like this, but somebody shot at my car 5 times, and I was hit in my leg. Thank God that is the only thing that got hit, but they shot from my driver's side. So let's just imagine this is the door. The gunshots are right here, and one of them came through the peak of the crack of the door and hit me in my leg. And so guys, when it happened, I went into shock, and I kept driving like I didn't even know I got hit, you guys. And a lot of people are like, how did you not know this, that, and the other? But I didn't know, and I was so delirious that I kept driving, and I stopped at a gas station because I didn't have gas. And when I got out the car, I fell over because the car that I have, it sits up top. And so when I jumped out the car to get gas, I fell over, and I noticed that I was bleeding. And I was like, my car's not damaged or whatever. My door was still open, so I didn't see anything. And so I was calling my mom. Nobody was answering, you guys. It was kind of late at night. And one of my friends I knew that was going to work maybe like an hour later, I knew they would be up, so I called them, and they rushed to my aid, you guys, and took me to the hospital. And when I got to the hospital, it was more like one of those emergency care hospitals, so they couldn't really do anything. So they put me in an ambulance and took me to another hospital, and they couldn't do anything. So I went to another hospital, and that's where I was treated for everything. But the thing about that one was, when I got to the hospital, there were cops that ended up showing up because it was a trauma situation. And I had 4 or 3 cops right here, you guys. And I had nurses on this side taking care of my wounds, putting IVs in my arms and everything like that. So I had some caring people on this side, and then I had some non-caring people on this side, let's just say that. And so while I was in the hospital, the cops were all in my face, asking me like, this can't be your second time or like your first time getting shot because you're just too calm. Mind you, by that time, y'all, I had cried, did all of that. And by the time I was at the hospital, I was more, at ease because I knew I was going to be getting help. The cops weren't of any help, but the nurses definitely helped a lot with trying to calm me down and everything like that. And at one point in time, I asked the nurses, like, could they leave? Because they were just asking me a lot of questions, like, who did this? Mind you, I was in shock, so I didn't even know what was going on. And so by the time they left, one cop stayed and was like, I have a daughter, and I'm so sorry that this is happening to you, and we're gonna try and figure this out, this, that, and the other, which was very helpful at that moment because during the long run of them trying to figure out my case, they closed my case maybe 2 weeks after because they couldn't find out who did it. It wasn't in their county, so they didn't feel the need to try and figure out who it was. I guess there were no fingerprints to say that this is who did it. So after that, me and my parents kind of wiped our hands off with it. So when I left the hospital, I was in a splint, I guess, if you had a broken leg or anything like that. Mind you, my leg had broken, and the bullet was still in my body for 3 weeks. And I had to keep going back to the hospital, get MRIs, make sure, it was in a place to where they could take it out. Because if you have had a situation like this before, or know anybody who's had a situation like this before, your leg has a lot of arteries. And if it would have hit me in the wrong place, I could have bled out. So I was going back to the hospital so many times, you guys. And I didn't tell a lot of people. A lot of people still don't know. People who are close to me, they know what happened. A lot of other people, I just say, I got in a car accident, I broke my leg, and that's that on that. But now I'm very open with it, you guys. When people see my leg, they're like, oh, what happened? I'm like, oh, I got in an accident, this, that, and the other. Some friends who haven't seen me for a long time, they'll see it and be like, what happened? And I'll let them know, what happened. And people make the joke like, oh, you're like Megan. Oh, you want to be 50 Cent. Da, da, da. And I'm like, no, y'all. Like, I would have never thought in a million years that this would have happened to me. Ever. Ever. So, back to the story. 2 days after I went to the emergency room, I had to go back to trauma downtown in Houston for them to check me out to make sure that, my blood flow was there, because my foot wasn't moving at the time and I couldn't really move my foot. So I had to go back to the doctor. And the thing about that is, you guys, I was in a trauma area where I was at, and just hearing the patients coming in and screaming and all of that, and I'm like, Lord, I'm blessed to be here, and I know they're blessed to be here. I don't know their situation, but like, I was praying for them while I was praying for myself, because once the doctor came and saw me, like, that was the thing about it. I was like, Lord, please don't let my leg get cut off. This object is still in my body. It's hurting worse than, y'all, having that in my leg felt worse than my leg being broken or anything like that. Moving it, I could feel it and everything, y'all. It was terrible. So 3 weeks later, I finally got to get the bullet taken out. But the thing about my doctor is, y'all, I was his first trauma surgery. So my mom was very nervous about that. I was nervous about it. Like, there's so many things that run through your mind. Like, what if he accidentally cuts the wrong thing, or, he takes it out and I have walk with a limp for the rest of my life, or, I can't walk by myself and I have to have a brace on and things like that. But I'm truly blessed to still be here, you guys. Like, everything happens for a reason. And one thing I would tell y'all is that do not let liquor be your source of trying to feel better, because right before that happened, you guys, COVID had just started happening, and I was not serious about it at all. I was going out. I shouldn't have been. I should have been at home. I wasn't careful with what I was doing, and I ended up being one of those people who got injured from not being careful in my situation. And after I got hurt or whatever, I was staying in the country at my aunt's house because my bed was too high, and I was walking upstairs at my mom's house, so I couldn't stay there because I could barely get around. So I was in a splint for those 3 weeks or whatever. And then right after I had my surgery, I stayed in my splint. They gave me like a splint cast type of situation. And so maybe a month after that, they put me in a walking boot. So I was able to take a shower, take it off, rinse around where my wound was in the back of my leg where they had to take it off. And I'm sorry I'm shaking, you guys. I'm just trying to be very transparent with you guys and stay calm. That's why I got y'all, this is my pig. My friends know this is my baby, okay? And y'all, today my dog passed away too, so it's been a lot just trying to get this video together. I was like, you guys, I really want to put this video out for you guys. And then my dog passed away this morning because she was old. So pray for my mom because the dog has been staying with my mom and my sister Stephanie. It was her dog, and my niece Yasmin, it was her dog before we took her in after Harvey. So just keep us in your prayers, you guys. It's very, like, she was an older dog, but family dog, okay? So back to my story. So after, started being in my walking boot, I was out in the country and, getting very depressed, you guys. Like, I know I've had a lot of situations, like when I was in school and I was away from my mom and my dad and my family. It was nothing like that. It was more of self-pity and, trying to make myself feel better about the situation and knowing that I was in the wrong for, not saying that I was wrong for it happening to me, but the situation I was in, like the environment I was in that I shouldn't have been in at that time. And so after, a couple of months, I was like, I'm ready to go home. I want to be in my own bed. I want to be around my smells. Like, my room smells a certain way with my candles. I want to go to my restroom and just sit there and, be in my environment of my house. Even though, like, being in the country was very soothing, you guys. But after, like, being there, I was getting very, down about myself. And when I came home, I started drinking a little more, and I was like, I want to go out. Like, I want to go enjoy myself. And even in October, like when I was actually able to walk around, not even walk around, I still had to use my crutches and stuff. I went to a Halloween party and stuff like that. It's places I shouldn't have been at, knowing the situation that I was in, y'all. And so after a while, like, I'm very big on my faith, regardless of anything. I had to start praying for myself more, like, of course I pray for forgiveness. I pray for thanking God for being here every single day, you guys. But it was just something in me that had to go back and be like, reevaluate yourself, what you need to do. What has this taught you? What are you going to do after that's going to make you better, and what's going to bring your bigger light than the light you had? You know what I mean? And so I didn't take any of that into account, you guys. Like, I was going out again, still in my boot, coming home with, my mind not very clear and things like that. Like, even y'all see in the video, I went to Colorado because I needed to get myself together, you guys. Like, I had to get myself together. Like, my mind, I was having breakdowns, like mental breakdowns, like out of nowhere, you guys. And I was resorting to drinking, and I know I love to have fun, you guys. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But that was a big thing to where I know I have to do better. Like, and still to this day, you guys, I still have to do better. But, I want to come here and tell y'all, like, the real, like, what really happened to me. And I know there's a lot of people out there who have been in traumatic situations to where you think you can't bounce back, or you think, woe is me. Nobody's there for you. Nobody's gonna care if this happened. But you guys, I had so many praying family members, so many praying friends, so many people who I've met, while I'm with my friends, and who be like, I want to pray for you. Like, and that's a really big thing for me, you guys, when I'm knowing that people are praying for me. I know that people are there for me. I know that people are here to look out for my best interests. at heart and mind, body, and soul, you guys. So just know, like, if y'all ever need prayer, DM me. I will pray for you guys. I will keep you in my prayers. I will make sure that, like, you know, even if it's not a long time, I'll try and check up on you. Just say, hey, how are you doing? You know, if you need it. And that's another thing, like, I was cutting people off. And it's like, when you're in times of need, don't cut people off. Like, always, even if somebody's not checking on you, check on them, because it might just bring something to you that you didn't even know you needed, because you never know what they might say to you that will bring your spirits up. You know what I mean? So I am a year now good from my wound, you guys. I still have my wound. I'm going to show y'all like pictures in here. I'm just going to put like, that's why I kind of kept this little space so I can show you guys pictures. If you get really squeamish, you know, it's just, there's some stuff in there that you're gonna be like, oh, what is that? Ew, disgusting. But I just wanted to open up with you guys. I didn't make it a long video. And just talking about it, you guys, y'all could probably hear that it's getting easier and easier. My mom wanted me to go to therapy, but the thing is that I feel like when I talk to people that I know and like my family and friends and things like that, it makes me feel so much better than what somebody that I don't know could tell me. But I know a lot of people go to therapy, and even when I was with my friends for Thanksgiving, we were pouring out a lot of stuff that was saying, like, you know, therapy is good for us, and especially us Black people. If, you know, not to make this a race thing, but I know that we go through a lot and we feel that you can't talk to anybody, and that is not true. If you think that, if you feel that you need to go to therapy, go. And I'm not saying that I will never go to therapy, you guys. I'm about to get off my mom's insurance real soon, because I'm going to be turning 26 next month, well, in October. And I'm going to be on my own insurance. And I feel like that's going to be something that I want to do on my own, something that I'm going to take the initiative to do on my account. You know what I mean? So, you guys, this was very hard to do, but not hard, because I talk about it with my friends all the time. I joke with my friends about it all the time, and I can be very open. But this is my first time going a long video about just talking about it without writing in my journal. My journal knows about it. My family, friends know about it. But I want to come out and say, you know, be careful with your surroundings. Always know who you're going to be with, you guys. Everybody does not have your best interests. And that's that on that, regardless if you've known people for 20 years or 2 years. Just always know your surroundings. Always, you know, check your surroundings, like, at all times. Look at where you're at. Know where you parked. Make sure somebody's walking with you to your car, women. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on right now, and I know y'all probably heard it in the news. Like, we need to watch ourselves at all times. Like, even if you have that one guy friend, make sure they're walking you to your car. If you have a group of friends, leave with them. Don't go nowhere by yourself. I have that really bad too. So, you know, I'm not even just harping on y'all. This is something for me too to put in my mind and keep saying to myself, just do better when you're going out. And even if you're just going to a restaurant, get some mace. You know, I know gun laws are changing. Maybe take a class, even if you're not comfortable. Just go and see, like, what am I capable of? Because if you're not capable of doing it, there's so many people that are capable of harm and hurt. You know what I mean? That don't care about somebody else's life. So I love you guys, and thank y'all for listening. Don't make this a pity party, y'all. Don't make this a pity party, because I am good. I'm blessed to be here. I thank God every day for keeping me here, because that means he has so many more things in store for me in my life. And he has stuff in store for y'all that y'all don't even see coming yet. So thank y'all for watching. Until the next video, I love you guys so much. Bye.